every 10 or 15 years, a film is produced that is so overwhelming, so forceful in its impact, that it becomes deeply embedded in the mind.
Persons under 18 will not be admitted.
Appreciate your choosing our theater. And to make this experience more enjoyable for everyone, we hope you'll refrain from talking during the show. Enjoy the movie. Thank you.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. We have very active lifestyles. It's not all wandering the countryside aimlessly or scaring passing motorists. And we all love a good cup of joe. And there's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. Bold, robust, delicious. It's coffee that can wake the dead. With over a dozen different roasts and flavors, Deadly Grounds can satisfy the most finicky of coffee addicts. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
Oh, damn it. Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. You're watching Still Toking with. My name's Leo. I'm the monkey behind the keyboard here. We have a killer show for you, as always. And let's see, Benjamin, how's it going, bud?
Better than you, apparently.
Yeah. It's been a long day.
I mean, you just the wrong button here, the wrong button there, the wrong button over there. But hey, it's all good. It's all good. It's Wednesday. We have an amazing show tonight. Just real quick, you know how you go to these events and you walk around the events and something just grabs you. Every event has something really cool, but something just grabs you. Our guest tonight, well, that's kind of how this happened. But I'm not going to steal Jeff's thunder yet.
Jeffrey.
Grabby? Did you
No.
say grabby?
I'm not going to grab your thunder.
Oh.
It's the only thing you have.
He was talking about being grabbed at the convention. So
Well,
something
yeah, that's
happened.
what I
You weren't
mean. I
grabbed.
mean, I'm not going to go there with him, So, but yeah, we have a killer show. I want to just bring in Eric and Xavier Clemente from the Clemenzi. I keep forgetting the damn Z.
You're fired too. I'm firing everybody tonight, folks.
The Clemenzi Crusaders.
That's us.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Don't seem so happy.
Really?
They're like,
Uh,
Oh, I forgot to mention we're also streaming on Dead Dork Radio. I remembered to hit that button, so we're good
about
there.
time.
oh, nice.
About time.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how you guys doing? You doing good?
Good. How about you?
Yeah? Oh, doing awesome.
Good.
Right?
Awesomely
Right?
fantastic. Fantastically awesome. How did
That's
that go?
I just can't with him. Just can't with him. Oh my.
Oh, geez. So before the con, you made you let us know you just found out you're going to be at before the show. You let us know you're going to be at a con coming up.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. Today we found out we're going to be at Rhode Island Comic-Con, which is pretty awesome. That's the big one. That's our favorite one. We went a couple years ago and Xavier got to meet the guy who plays Chewbacca. So that was like kind of a real, no pun intended. It was a big moment for him because if you stood next to that dude, he's so tall. But,
He was like,
yeah, it was funny. I was talking to someone about that show the other day, and I was like, "Oh yeah, we met. Is it Jonas Swutomo? Is that how you say his name?"
I think it's Jonas.
Jonas Swutomo, the new Chewbacca. And I found the picture and I showed it to him, and they looked at it and they go, "Oh, that's you, not Xavier," because the guy is so huge that like they first thought that I was Xavier because how could someone possibly be that tall? You know,
right.
But yeah.
I would have to sit on his shoulders if I wanted to be the same height.
Yeah. But yeah, we're pretty psyched about that. And we got a bunch of other stuff coming up. We just got picked up for Springfield Comic-Con in July.
Nice.
And then we got we're playing Nick's comic strip. They're doing a thing with one of the Mandalorian actors.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
so
cool.
Yeah, I'll reach out and find out what that one's all about.
Yeah, I think that one's not next Thursday, but the following Thursday, July 14th or something like that. I can't remember the days. Is it the 14th?
I think so, yeah.
So yeah, we're trying to just play
yeah.
wherever we can.
Nice.
That's
So-
where we met you. Was it
Right,
Nick's?
was at Nick's. But to all our viewers, everybody that's watching right now on all the platforms that we're streaming to, a little bit about who these fine people are. So let's give us a little backstory about what is the Clemenzi Crusaders? Because they're saying, oh, well, you got picked up by this con and that con. Well, what are they? What do they do? So
Sure.
give them a little backstory if you don't mind.
So for basically my son here, he's 12, and we ever since he was really little, whatever he got into, I ended up getting into. So first was Thomas the Train, and then and slowly that morphed into Star Wars, and Star Wars has been the long haul. We've been doing hardcore Star Wars for probably 5 or 6 years, So I mean, you're talking, from when he was about 8 years old until now, and we're in our Star Wars room, and my wife will shoot me when I say this, but we have a Star Wars bathroom at my house, and
Oh wow.
so I mean, we've got we made towel rods out of lightsabers. I collect everything, so anything that I could find, we made light fixtures out of a Millennium Falcon. We've got Kylo Ren's lightsabers that make a bookshelf in the back. You know what I mean? Like all this stuff, And
Wow.
So we're really Star Wars is our main thing, but we've slowly been branching out to Marvel. We just like anything goofy and when I say goofy, I mean just we want to have fun with it.
Right.
Right.
We don't analyze things. We just say, hey, is this fun? Let's do it.
Right.
So basically, what's that?
Do the lightsaber towel bars light up? That's what.
Oh yes, they do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Then
darn
you did
right.
it right.
Yeah, exactly. We aren't messing around here. So,
I
so anyways,
suppose you got the glowing toilet bowl too, right?
no, that's the one thing we don't have. At some point,
He's like, oh, we should. Yeah.
Right.
yeah, why
So
not?
when your wife decides to kill you for that one, just contact me. I'll give you Jeff's address.
Sure,
You can send her there. It was his idea.
sounds good. That sounds fine. That'll be a lot easier.
I'm good with it.
I'm gonna put this into your head. If you're gonna do the glowing toilet, maybe make the bowl the Sarlacc pit.
Oh, there we go. Yeah,
Or the carbon freezing chamber.
yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. There's also a great sticker you can get that's got the Admiral Akbar, but instead of saying it's a trap, it says it's a crap. So that's
Yeah.
another option too.
There
So
you go.
all sorts of possibilities.
That's awesome.
Wow, we really just went down the shitter.
Yeah. that's
Oh
true.
my. Leo,
Yeah,
I know you have a bunch of videos that they've done.
I do. We're talking about how awesome they are, but we can show them as well. Let me.
Yeah, let's show a quick video for all our viewers to kind of get a better understanding of what we're talking about, why we're so excited to have them on the show tonight, and why are they getting picked up by all these amazing conventions.
there we
It'd
go.
be cool. Can I offer a suggestion?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So one of the things that what kind of got us into this, because I've been a professional musician since 1997, 98. That's when I started teaching guitar when I was still in high school, and that's what I do full time now, is just teach guitar all the
Right.
time. But Xavier a couple of years ago decided to pick up the drums. He's been drumming for a long time, but he got interested at a different level.
Right.
And one of the videos, our first video that kind of hinted at the concept that we're going for, is actually the Mandalorian video. That was one of our first videos we ever did. And we started hey, why don't we just throw on some helmets and start doing these things? So this is when he had only been playing the drums for about 2 or 3 months. And so if that might be a good one to start with.
Oh, totally. Here we go.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. If
Wow.
Cool.
That was
That was really cool. Wow. The only thing I could bang that good is my head against the wall.
Hey, we'll get you down here. We'll put a mic up to it. And we'll see what happens. You know,
Right?
why not?
Oh,
Now,
wow.
we didn't get a chance to see it at Nick's because it was way too windy. But you guys typically have a large screen behind you, right?
Yeah, that's the main thing, you know, because that way we can synchronize all these different video clips, and you know, we just hope that, you know, people are, you know, not gonna, you know, throw copyright stuff at us. It's like, you know, we're just having fun and putting things together. And sometimes, like, you know, when you want to do a Star Wars thing, sometimes you need a clip or two from the original movie to make it work, you know. And
Right.
Right.
no, but yeah,
I would think they'd be honored with that. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's so weird, you know. That's one of those things. Like even this stuff, like we've got all of our helmets here that we carry around with us, and you know, because that's what we put on all these different, you know, when we're doing the live show, we change the headgear because
Right.
it's fun and it adds a little bit of extra.
Right.
But I even know some bands who do some similar stuff. There's a band called Galactic Empire, and I think, like, I don't know exactly the background, but you know, I think they must have approached, you know, Lucasfilms or something. Hey, we want to do this, and we're going to wear Star Wars costumes. And said, no, you're not. I'm like, really? Like, I don't know. I spent $150 on this helmet. I think I should be able to wear it wherever I want, you know?
Right.
So we just, you know, we're happy to just kind of fly under the radar and do our own thing, and hope that, you know, people just understand this is fun. I mean, you know, that kind of thing.
Well, right. You know, and it's not just, like you said, Star Wars. You guys do a wide variety from movies to TV shows to video games, where you're taking your own unique sound and combining it with this and putting it together. And it's really, as this gentleman says in the chat, badass. You know, speaking of the gentleman, Dal Marish, so this gentleman is actually joining us from the UK.
Oh, nice.
So,
hello.
Yeah. He's actually our artist. But yeah, I mean, so I just think it's amazing.
So what made you start with picking Mandalorian music for your first try at the dorkiness?
Do you want me to talk? You want to talk? You talk first, I talk first.
I'll go first because I can't explain it as good.
Okay.
We like the theme. We're watching the show, and was it during quarantine? Was it like right before?
I mean, that first video I think we did like fall of 2020 or something like that. Mm-hmm. So things are still a little bit wonky and stuff.
I think it was like summer, June, maybe. I think it was earlier than fall.
I don't think so. We can check the video later. It's got the timestamp on it somewhere. But yeah, I mean, one of the things for me, and this is something that's like, this is for me as a musician and for me as a dad and for me as a teacher, is music to me is about connecting with the things that you know.
Right.
And so when Xavier gets into something and we start listening to something together, it's like, hey, how could we do something with this and make it interesting so that we could both play it together? Right. And it seeps through everything, you know. Again, even as a teacher, like, that's my goal. Is like, I don't want to sit there and teach kids songs they don't know or they don't like. If someone comes in and says, hey, I need to learn this, that's what we need to learn, you know. And I think it's a great way for he and I to play together and to find some common ground. So it's like, I mean, the cool thing is we're both just headlong into this stuff.
Right.
So, and the number of things that come up, like, we don't even have enough hours in the day to do all the songs we want to do, which is good. I'd much rather it be like that than, geez, what are we going to do next? We have a laundry list of songs right now that we're really trying to work on. He's really into the anime Naruto right now. Okay. And if you listen to if you watch the shows and you listen to the soundtrack, there's so much that you can take from it. And so that's going to be one of our next things. The hard part is just time. You know, we just need time. I think actually next week, I've got some time coming off, and we're hoping to, if we can do it, I think we can do it. But 1 week we're gonna try to record our entire album, because we need to get it done so that we can have it for these Comic-Cons and stuff. Because you know, So we got to have something, and it's hard too now with, we don't necessarily even want to put things on Spotify because you make nothing, and not that we need to make money, but the amount you have to spend to get on Spotify for what you get in return, it's just not worth it,
Mm.
So,
yeah, totally get that. And I love that you started with Mandalorian because, for it being like a Star Wars property with such unique music, like we've never heard anything like this before coming out of Star Wars.
right.
And it quickly became totally iconic. And, just it really connects you with the storyline that's like all on its own. It's just, you did an amazing job.
Cool.
Oh,
Thanks.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, Jeff and I happened to be at Nick's and we were doing Free Comic Book Day. They showed up with their gear to set up, and I'm like, what is this? And when they started playing, I was like, wow. I mean, the videos are videos, but you've got to see these guys, these two live. As Eric mentioned, he's been a musician for a while and actually toured with members from Extreme, if I'm correct.
That's
correct.
yep.
Right?
Yep.
So I just want to pull away from Clemenzi for a quick second and give people a brief background on who you are, where you're from, and how music impacted your life and is now impacting your son at the same time.
Sure.
Can you give us a little background on how all that was for you?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been playing guitar since I was about 8 years old. And then I got like the actual like guitar bug, if you will, at about 12 when I realized, I need to do this a lot more. And I pretty much just locked myself in the basement for the rest of high school, pretty much. Right. The only time I'd come out was if I had a gig, or if it was band practice, and then I after that, I went to Berkeley and I actually got a degree. Well, it's technically in music education, but I wasn't really interested in teaching in schools. I wanted to do my own thing, and that's what I did straight out of Berkeley. I've been teaching lessons, like I said, probably since I was about 15 or 16 years old. And right now I've got a roster of probably in the neighborhood of like 90 plus people that I teach. And I mean, that's what pays the bills, you know, and I love it. Like teaching is my thing, it's not that, some people just do it to survive and they, but for me, it's what I have to do. And even Xavier, like, he and I work together. My daughter plays guitar. She's learning how to do that. My wife is learning how to play bass. We actually have a family band. Wow. So, and actually, I'll tell you guys some other stuff as we go. But and then through the years, of course, I've had other bands and stuff. The most like, we'll just put in quotes, successful. I mean, success is measured in many things. Right. But yeah, for a couple of years, I toured with a couple of members from Extreme and an Eagles tribute band. And that was great. I got to see the country and play. I mean, I played huge places. We played the Hampton Beach Casino Ballroom a couple times, and places where you go. Like one of my big heroes is George Carlin, and when you look up and you're on that stage and there's George Carlin's image on the wall next to you, you're like, nice. That's crazy, But it's one of those things. Like for me, doing this is, even though we're playing, Comic-Cons and we have a fraction of the audience, I'd give all that up just to do this, right? Just so we can play together. And my whole thing is just like, how can we find ways to connect? And also, this project is great from a learning perspective for him, because I mean, the amount of gear we have to lug. Should we tell them about Anime Boston?
Oh my God.
I want to hear about it now from him.
So shortly after we saw you guys, we ended up playing Kids Con up in Concord, and that was a great show. That we met so many cool people up there, and then the week after that, we got a call from, or it was like the day before, whatever. We got a call from Anime Boston, and they're like, "Hey, one of our groups canceled. Will you guys come and play?" We're like, "Yeah." We've only been gigging for like 3 weeks, and then we get a call from Anime Boston. That's pretty cool.
Right,
That's
right.
awesome.
So,
But what we had to do was not pretty cool.
do you want me to? Or do you want
You tell him.
me to tell? Okay. So we got there on Saturday afternoon. It was the second day of the convention. There's no parking at all. And this was one of those deals where it's our first time in. There's no parking for us. There's no money for us. So we get there like, dude, there's no parking. We've circled the block. Anyone who's been to Anime Boston, it's at the Heinz Convention Center and the Sheridan. And so we're like, shoot, what are we going to do? Well, I found a spot on the 6th floor of the Hilton. It was the only spot left. So we parked there.
I already know where this is going. Go ahead.
So we park there. We go into the convention. We get our badges and everything. We still have about 2 hours before load in. So we go, we hang out, and like, dude, we got to go and we got to find a way to get this gear in here. So there's a massive thunderstorm going on outside.
Oh no.
Downpours. So finally, at about 4:00, it lets up, and we still have about an hour to get our stuff in. So puddles everywhere, right? So we're running up and down the Hilton parking garage, trying to find another spot that's near an elevator. So he and I were just going back and forth. We finally find one on the 3rd floor. But of course, it's the spot where you can barely fit a compact car. So we are in a van. So we pull the mirrors back and we eke in there. And we barely squeeze out the driver's side door. And now we have to load all our gear from the 3rd floor in the Hilton across the street through these massive puddles in Boston to the Sheridan to the 2nd floor.
Oh,
So we're talking a 60-inch TV in a massive plywood box.
Holy crap.
A massive rack, a V drum, a virtual drum set, 2 guitars, 2 bins full of our props and everything.
Actually, we didn't do the 2 guitars. I don't think we brought the other one in.
Oh, I brought the other one in.
Oh, right. We were just not gonna. Yeah.
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 It was insane. And the thing is, like, we're both going, what are we doing? But we got through it. We got a great story out of it. And, that's showbiz right there. I mean,
right.
That,
Didn't they ask us to play again?
Yeah, they hinted that they want us to play again, but we're like, you need a parking spot next time. Please give us a parking spot.
Right.
So,
that's not too much to ask.
Right.
It's literally just a sign that says reserved for the Clemenzi Crusaders.
Right.
And you leave it there, and then someone plows it over.
Right.
Parking spot and a little scratch
right.
as well.
I like him. I'm really liking him. So I mean, we have some questions and comments popping in. I thought I saw a couple comments over there.
Comment? Yeah, I've been.
Oh, you're posting them up?
Yep.
Well,
So-
yeah, this Paul. Yep.
He says he's not easily impressed, but the duo, blah blah blah. Can you guys see this as well?
Yeah, so
Okay.
Paul, at the Kids Con, we were doing the Mandalorian theme, and he came over in his Boba Fett costume, and we were playing. And it was really funny because that was the moment of like, this is gonna work, because that is what we wanted to do. Because we're total geeks. Like, we make all our own costumes. The only things, like, believe it or not, all the helmets we're bringing to the shows, we bought those ones, but and yes, we have covered Duel of the Fates. It's on our Star Wars thing. But we make all this stuff and we have a blast. But when you're playing it and you're putting it to music, you go, I wonder if people are going to get this. And then Paul comes over and he's got the Boba Fett blaster and he's in the costume and we're playing the theme and he's just standing there like standing guard, right? And that was a real cool moment. And then a little while after that, we did the Legend of Zelda theme.
Yeah.
All the people in the Comic-Con who were dressed up in Link costumes, all of a sudden they're coming over while we're playing. They're like, this is working.
That's
because
awesome.
They're adding to the show. And the whole point for me with music is bringing people together.
Right.
Whether it's bringing Xavier and I together, bringing my family together, and even my students. We're actually, I wanted to mention this and I don't want to forget. This year, like Xavier, he plays with my student bands. He drums for 5 different student bands that I play with, that I direct. and he's the guy in charge of the percussion, and he holds all those groups together. But one thing we're doing that I've never done before, and you know, you always try to one up things.
Right.
Is this year we're trying to get 100 people to play "I Love Rock and Roll" by Joan Jett at our next show. So that's what we're going to do.
Wow.
So where all my students right now have their music for "I Love Rock and Roll," and on September 10th, we got an outdoor venue right in the town where I teach, and we're going to set up amps. I have students who have generators. We're going to get generators going, and we're going to get all 100 amps pumping, and we're going to play that song. We're going to, and the thing is too, I'm trying to bring families together. So if your brother plays drums, he's coming. I don't care what he says. He's got to show up and play, you know. And if dad plays guitar, well, I played in college. Doesn't matter. Learn the song and come play with your kids, you know.
Now, why'd you select Joan Jett?
Well, basically, I teach people from age 6 to like 80. Mm-hmm. And you need to have something that will work across the board. Mm-hmm. So that particular song, I can arrange it so that a kid who just picked up the guitar can learn it in about 2 weeks. Okay. And then I can give the harder parts to people who want to do like the more complicated riffs and stuff like that. And in fact, we are going to do one thing that's a little bit misleading. We're going to do the lyrics from Weird Al's "I Love Rocky Road." So, and the only reason we're doing that is, again, because it's a kids event and it's the end of summer, and I love ice cream. And so I was like, this would be goofy, you know. It's like, and again, it's all about being fun. Like, it has to be fun.
Right. So it sounds to me like you're going to need a couple of ice cream trucks there too.
You know, I have to look into that. The hard part is we're doing it with the town, and there's a lot of red tape that goes into some of this stuff. So, you know, like I might have to like get a permit or a waiver from the Board of Health, and it's like the amount of stuff I have to do right now just to get this going. So it's in discussion, but I just have to see how many things I'm willing to take on in one day. So
right. And you can learn all about where Eric teaches, the town that it's in, and all their amazing stuff. Where, Leo?
Yeah, and the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. We have a bunch of videos that we need to get through, so I'm going to play another one right now. Here we go.
That was really cool.
Hell yeah.
So I do have a question. Can you see through those helmets?
Nope.
Okay. So you're really, and this is more for Xavier, because I'm blown away that you can't see through the helmet. I mean, your dad, we know he's an accomplished musician, but at 12 years old, and you can't see through that helmet, you just know where everything is on your kit to the point where you just, dude, you're amazing.
Thank you.
I mean,
Yes, I agree.
The word prodigy comes to mind.
Right. I think that's come to our minds a few times when we talked about them, but I'm even more blown away knowing that you can't see.
And it depends on what helmet we're wearing. For instance, like the Iron Man, forget it.
Right.
When you turn on those eyes and they light up, you can't see anything. These ones, believe it or not, these helmets are the best ones because the only vision you can get is through this slit here. But if you're wearing the Stormtrooper, the Kylo Ren, any of that stuff, forget it. You're not seeing anything.
Wow.
You don't have to wear the Stormtrooper one.
Well, I'm just saying.
Hey, Dad, wait a minute. I wear the Stormtrooper one, not you.
Well,
Stormtrooper's pretty easy to see out of.
But again, I'm talking from like a guitar perspective, you know.
Yeah.
Right. So
But
yeah,
no,
that's
that's the thing. It's a challenge, you know.
right. And then it's just even more impressive that, like I said, that he can't see through it, or you both can't see through it. But at 12 years old, to be able to know, I mean, that just blows my mind.
Right.
Literally.
Now
blows my
Xavier,
mind.
I got a question for you. Do you prefer? I'll probably get the terminology wrong because I'm not a musician. But do you prefer like the regular, skin drums or the electronic drums?
Acoustic kit, yeah.
You like the real acoustic kits?
Yeah.
As opposed to the electronics. Okay.
What kind of kit do you play?
All my drum heads have been like replaced every once in a while, so they all say different stuff.
Well, it's a Ludwig acoustic kit.
Okay.
And then we have a Roland V drum kit.
Very nice.
Oh, okay.
My cousin's a drummer for a band called Thy Will Be Done. He plays DW.
Oh yeah.
Or D drum. Maybe he's with D drum now. But yeah.
Nice.
So I like drums. So I was curious, Well, Jeff brought up the question. So actually Jeff beat me to the question tonight.
Well, here's a better dorkier question between the both of you. What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh.
You want to go? You go first? You want me to go first?
You go first. I have to figure it out.
Okay. My favorite one's probably Rogue One.
Nice.
That's I know that's sometimes can be unpopular, but to me that one they did so much good stuff in there. Great story. I'm a massive just found these the other day. Jyn Erso.
Oh wow.
Critic. I love all the Rogue One stuff. So that's hands down my favorite one.
Nice.
All right, but what do you think?
Geez, here we go in the comments. Rise of Skywalker is my favorite movie.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing. The problem with fandom is, a lot of people think like, oh, that's not my favorite, so you must be wrong or something like that. But, the great thing about Star Wars is, especially with age, a lot of younger people like the prequels or the sequels. It's what you love is what you love, Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
At my age, I was a kid when the original Star Wars came out. Way back in the day.
What are you trying to say?
Well,
that you're old?
It was
like me. What's your point?
It was.
I'm just kidding.
As it's gone on, it's been very difficult for a guy like me to actually keep up with.
Sure.
Because Star Wars to me is Star Wars from 40 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So.
Well, they're the mouse has been trying to tie everything together. Like if you watch the recent Obi-Wan, it really, I agree, absolutely fabulous show. But it ties in the original series with the prequels, and they seem to be doing that with all the series. a movie that was probably a bomb before, like Thor: The Dark World. They find a way to tie it in and make everything relevant. So you need to like go and watch it now, But Obi-Wan, it does a great job of bringing into prequels and connecting with the original. And if you haven't heard of it, I'd recommend checking it out. Have you heard of the Harmy edition of Star Wars?
What's that?
So you can only get it pretty much on the dark web, but it's like
Leo can find it for you.
It's the best.
The uncut one.
It's the original from '77.
Yeah,
it's like the best copy that you can possibly get.
Okay, yeah, I think I have heard. I didn't know that's what it was called, but somebody might have given me a DVD at one point. Yeah, where they figured out all the things that were changed now, and they reverted it back to the original.
Yeah, I remember watching that.
Yeah,
so cool.
Is that
I
the
was
one?
like, wow.
Well, yeah, the Sky Harmy, he devoted like so many years of his life. He worked on like the Laserdisc versions, parts from like the Blu-ray, and merged it all together to make like the best copy of Star Wars. He did it for Star Wars, Empire, and Return of the Jedi. And there's also 4K 77 where they found like a actual print from Star Wars 70, the original one, and they scanned it into 4K.
Wow.
So they've done that, and Return of the Jedi. They're working on Empire right now. They found an actual reel of Empire Strikes Back that they're scanning in 4K.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Leo.
Yeah.
You got another show tonight?
I do.
Okay, we should probably run commercial break then.
We should, yeah. Sorry,
it's okay. I'm having fun watching everybody dork out. But I looked at the time and I'm like, oh crap, we should probably run the commercial break real quick.
Oh shit, yeah. I'll run them both right now. Here we go.
Thank you for supporting Actors and Others for Animals. We started a long, long time ago. So when you find an organization like Actors and Others for Animals, it sort of unites all of those of us who want to pay back something for all the joy we get out of animals. Please keep up the good work. Believe me, it's deeply appreciated.
was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. Wow.
Totally.
Have
awesome.
you guys considered, or you've been thinking about, or is it in your future for like horror theme music?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because we, since we were coming on the show, we were thinking about how could we incorporate some other different stuff, and actually it opened up a whole different world of ideas. So we actually recorded the Halloween theme for you guys as like we wanted to premiere it on your show, but then I was playing it for someone and they're like, "Oh, you should go check out it was like Tubular Bells or something. What's that from? I can't remember. It's another famous horror movie. I can't remember what it was one of these things. They just showed it to me. I'll have to ask. He was a friend of mine who was over. So he's like, "Oh, check that out." I'm like, "Wait a minute. This sounds like the Halloween theme. We can merge them." So we're probably going to put together like a bunch of horror theme stuff.
Oh, nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, I mean, yeah.
So to all the people watching or that are going to watch this later or listen to this later, the general behind it all is talk to your con promoters, talk to your event promoters. Something like this will draw a crowd. Just saying. And I'm throwing that out there to all those promoters that are watching us. You know who you are. And Leo's looking something up because as soon as you said something, I saw his fingers and his head moving.
No,
he's trying to look up cowbells, for Christ's sakes.
Nice.
Cowbells.
Well, and one thing, if I could mention, if there are people looking to book us, one of the reasons that we use the electronic kit is because we can control the volume of that. You bring an acoustic kit in somewhere and you're limited by the volume. We can, we can set the level so it's reasonable. And whether if you're outside, you can crank it up a little more. If you're inside, whatever the room desires,
Right. It's a lot easier to move too, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, unless you're in Boston on the third floor of the Hilton and you got to get across the levels, I mean,
right?
Yeah, it generally is easier. Yes.
Yeah.
Another reason we use it is because all the stuff without the drum kit barely fits in our car, and we can squish it together so it's smaller.
Yeah, you can fold it up. You put it in there.
And then you drive up and try to remember that you locked the door to the back of the car. So that way the stuff doesn't fly out onto the street.
Right, yes.
He's learning.
Yeah, right. He's like, "Oh, yeah. We're live. I can poke fun at Dad tonight, and I can't get in trouble for it."
Hey, nothing's ever flown out of the car,
Yeah.
That you couldn't pick up, right?
Right.
Well, speaking of the Halloween theme, I just posted in a couple of horror groups. Let them know we're going to be playing it. So, you guys should I play it right now?
Sure. Yeah. Oh, and by the way,
I want to hear
this video, it's one of those deals like our lives are pretty crazy right now. So what we did was we said, how could we do this and just have some fun? So we wore our Star Wars stuff while doing this. But in the background, there's a local guy who lives right down the street from me. His name's Alan Delasio. And he actually did the cover for our Christmas album. Xavier and I did a Christmas album this year. It's an all metal Christmas album. We'll have those at some of the gigs,
Mm-hmm.
And
Nice.
This guy did the house from Halloween. And so I asked him, I was like, "Hey, can we use this in our video?" And he gave me permission. So what you're seeing is original paintings by a local, he's from Groveland, Massachusetts.
Nice.
Very nice.
Awesome.
That's what you'll see.
Here we go.
That was fucking awesome.
you beat me, and then they got the helmets on. that
Wookiee mask? Are you kidding me?
That was
awesome.
That was awesome.
Holy
and folks
shit.
watching right now, that was an exclusive, another exclusive here on Still Toking With on the Dorkening Podcast Network. I mean, we don't get a lot of exclusives, but when we do, holy crap. So, wow.
Sorry for the F-bomb, but that was just
Hey,
wow.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
He had his mask on.
Right.
That's the one he
No,
can't hear in. He can see.
So, yeah, he learned to tune me out at the beginning of the show.
Right. Wow. That was amazing.
Cool.
Amazing.
Yeah,
I loved it.
So you guys are putting your first, I'll show my age, album together.
Yeah, hey, we still call them an album, man. You know, why not?
Okay.
I'm not for me that format's not going away. I still don't own a smartphone, and I just use a CD player in my car and a record player in my studio, and for me, listening to music, it has to be an experience. Like I feel, one of the things I feel is, and this is me, but hey, we're on the show. We can say what we want, right?
Right.
I feel like having instant access to so much music, while it can be good as a musician, I think it's actually doing a disservice to a lot of people. I think one thing that's a disservice is just that, artists are not being paid for anything. I used to get payouts from, my digital download provider, every few months. Now I can't even make it to the threshold to get paid, and it's been years.
Right.
The
other thing about that too is, I've got, I don't know if you can see them, I got a whole shitload of CDs, and the thing is that some of my favorite songs, even from high profile bands, are not mainstream.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? They're the odd ones that are on that album or CD release that never make it to the radio.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I mean? And I think that a lot of people miss out on that these days.
Well, the other thing that they miss out on in a huge disservice is the artwork.
Absolutely.
The artwork on the albums. It's no different than the comic book collector that buys that comic book for the cover. I know Jeff has done it in the past, and I've done it, and I'm sure many of other people have. They buy an album because of the artwork, not just the music, but the artwork involved with it. It's digitally you don't get that.
Right.
You get to see the album cover, but you don't physically own the album cover.
Yeah. Did we scare him?
Nice. We found it. So check it out. These are a couple little samples. This is actually our Christmas album.
Oh, nice.
That we did.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's the same guy that did the artwork that you saw in the video.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little Krampus there. This one's really cool in the back.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that is cool. Wow.
And then this
the CD.
The CD. Oh yeah. This is Xavier likes this part here.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, that is cool.
Wow. Very cool.
So, but the thing is,
Nice
you get to hold it, you get to, check it out, you get to read that. And then this is actually, we did a vinyl.
Oh, nice.
This was a project I did, and on the back, so it's a we call it, I usually call it a split. So this on the front is Xavier and I. We did I think 6 or 7 original songs, and then when you flip it over, this is pretty much all of my students who played on the record. I wrote a song that's like 8 or 9 minutes long, and every kid got to play a part on it. So we put all of their faces on the album.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Now,
is that available?
I was just going to ask the same thing.
Everything's available. Whether or not you can get someone to buy it or not, that's another story. So
well, are the albums available?
Oh yeah.
All right. So after the show, I'm going to contact you because I know I'm going to want one, and I'm pretty sure Jeff's
going to want one too.
But there's a stipulation to my album.
Okay.
You and Xavier have to sign the front of it for me because it will go in my office.
Cool. We can do that.
You'll do that. All right.
We got some crayons. It's cool.
That's all it needs. So there you go. You just sold 2 albums.
work.
Yeah, nice.
Where else are those available? Do you have a website?
Basically, what we got, I think right now we're on Bandcamp. So I think you can get all that on Bandcamp.
I'm not sure if I found that link or not to Bandcamp. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I'll send it to you guys if you want to check it out. But yeah, we just do Bandcamp because it's the easiest way to host for if you don't want to go through Spotify and lose a bunch of money.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Well,
I wasn't sure if you guys had your own personal website set up yet.
We do. EricClemenzi.com is my main site, and then
I do have that.
Yep.
Yeah,
I was on that today.
So yep.
So for everybody watching or listening later on, or even viewing this, in 3 or 4 months when these guys are super famous, because they're blowing up quick. I mean, they have not been on the scene long, and as you can see, cons are reaching out. They're booking them. This is something that is going to go. Head over to the show notes, Leo.
Up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us.
So I have a question for Xavier. Xavier, is it Xavier or Xavier? Xavier. That's what I thought. How do you feel that after tonight's show you'll have your first IMDb credit?
What?
What's IMDb?
Do you know what IMDb is?
Nope.
It's the international database for famous people that are on shows. They do things like that. But because
International Movie Database.
Thank you, International Movie Database. But because our show is streamed to so many platforms worldwide, we were allowed to put it up on IMDb. And because you were a guest, you're going to get your first credit.
Guest credit.
Nice.
Guest credit.
Appearing as yourself.
Right. But I have a feeling that what you guys are onto here, it's the first of many to come for him and of course for you as well. But he's a lot younger than you, Eric. So
that's true. That's true. I just hope he'll let me stay in the band for a while,
Right?
Yeah,
right?
We'll see.
Well, you're 12 years old, Xavier. I think that I started fighting with my dad when I was 16, 17. So do yourself a favor. Don't throw him out of the band.
So you said you're starting to branch out to say like Marvel, and you've already done. I saw the Avengers, Iron Man. What's something? I know you said you have a long list of stuff you want to do, but what's something on the Marvel side that you'd like to tackle soon?
What do you
got? The new Spider-Man theme from No Way Home.
Oh, there we go.
We have the original one from like the cartoon.
Yeah, that's a hit at the shows because we don the he wears the Venom mask and I wear the spandex Spider-Man mask, and that one, it's super high energy and a lot of fun.
Very cool. Actually, I have that queued up for next.
Well, then play it because we got about 10 more minutes and we got to let Leo go.
Yeah, here we go.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was awesome. I have to say that. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Leo. Go ahead, Leo.
No, I was about to say that was incredible, just absolutely amazing.
So I got two questions. Two.
I wasn't done yet.
Oh, you weren't? Okay, finish.
I was going to say
you can mute his mic, Leo.
Yeah. I'm just going to say it just broke my heart though, seeing all those comics like this out like that, you know.
Oh, you want a tissue?
Well, you got to be careful of the binding and sorry.
Those were just we actually Nick's comic strip and Danvers gave us all those to use for props in the video. So
yeah, I kind of figured, but being a comic dork, I had to say it.
My apologies.
No worries.
I wouldn't apologize to him. I would have given him a box.
Don't apologize.
I'll give you his address. Ship him a box of tissues. Sign it.
So I have two questions. Okay, number one, I'm assuming that you do all your own videos and editing and all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Right? Okay. Fantastic job.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely fantastic job.
Yep.
Number two, do you like wearing spandex?
No.
Okay, thank you.
No. Hey, but whatever the costume, we just whatever the masks required, But now Xavier in that one, he wears a Venom mask instead. And I was thinking about, and actually, if anyone from Hasbro is watching, we could really use some help with our costumes, because holy cow, this stuff costs a fortune. So but we're wearing, almost everything is exclusively the Hasbro Black Series because it's the only stuff that looks good, So.
Yeah.
Right.
But we're hoping, maybe someone like Hasbro would say, hey, you're doing some cool stuff with our gear. A lot of people at these cons will see it and maybe want to go out and buy them.
Right. And they are local, so
yeah.
It sounds to me like Hasbro needs to sponsor you.
That's what we're hoping. We really.
I was going to say that. Yeah, we're hoping to, especially because we're doing Rhode Island. We just got the notice. We'll be there all 3 days, so. That's multiple times we're going to be playing and everything.
The Clemenzi Crusaders, sponsored by Hasbro. I mean, It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope so. But regardless, we're just going to keep doing what we do.
I would reach out to them, write them a letter, show them what you're doing. Write them just
tell them your upcoming cons.
Yeah, say that this is what we're doing, and it's getting extremely expensive. To keep buying all this gear, but we can keep wearing the same mask over and over. But
the next thing is you're not going to be in a mask. They're going to send you the whole damn suit.
Right. Hey, we'll do it. Whatever.
Go ahead, Leo.
I was going to say, just saying this. If I worked for Hasbro, I'd put in a good word for you, but I don't. I'm just saying that because
he can get you really great health insurance.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm just saying just to rag him because I've applied multiple times and nothing.
Well, the other thing too, Hasbro. I mean, the Lego part of that was it blew my mind.
That was cool.
Xavier does all that stuff. That was 100% him. I had nothing to do with that.
Really?
Yep. That's him.
Wow. You get a 12-year-old psycho sitting there, don't you?
He's
in a good way.
Yeah, he's got
in a good way. Yeah. I didn't mean that negatively. No.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Such talent.
So we're creeping up on about that time. We got a couple more minutes for questions, comments out there.
It's just been a bunch of comments.
Yeah, it has. I mean, people are loving. They're totally. I mean, you guys can see them anyways, I would assume.
Yep.
At least you can see most of the ones that I can see. Leo gets to see everything because he gets all that other.
Well, we're also using a Restream, so we don't see
Restream software. Yeah, so we don't see that. So to the people that are putting comments that we haven't seen, I know you're watching us on a switch that flips that Leo sometimes hits.
I always hit it, but just
which is Restream through Switchboard. We don't really get to see those comments, so you got to jump on one of the live feeds through one of the majors.
Right.
Just saying.
So, Billy, if you're watching, try and get these guys down to Maryland, will you?
I already said that to him.
Right.
Yep, I said that to him. And I mean,
we'll drive, man.
He's got a few cons popping off. You know, Maryland's Tidewater Horror in Norfolk, Virginia, and then next year Georgia Poppin' Horror Con in Columbus, Georgia. So, yeah. I mean,
and one thing too that just so that you guys know, and so people listening know, you know, we take requests. So if there's a particular con that says, "Hey, we like what you're doing, but we really could use these 3 tunes," you know, and if they want us to do it, and you know everything works out, we'll just put them into the set. You know, Xavier, you know, to do this song, this was you know, probably 2 days.
Wow.
You know, so I'll just say, Xavier, here, I got an idea. I'll sit down, record all the parts. Then he listens to it a couple times. I think that was like the 5th take or something for the drums. So,
right.
You know,
well, you should do the theme for Jaws. You can call it "Eat Me." I always get those 2 to shake their heads. Did you notice that?
Yeah, but you did keep it clean tonight, and Leo didn't blush. So you did.
I did very good tonight. I did.
Yes, you did.
We'll send you a gift for being good tonight.
Any last questions from you two?
Nope. This is great. Thank you for having us.
Awesome.
We appreciate
Leo,
it.
any questions? Jeff, you got all your questions out?
No, I just want to say that I've been around for a while. I've listened to an awful lot of music. I watch an awful lot of movies. Not so much the new Star Wars stuff, but that's just me. I'm a horror freak, and I do want to say that you guys are unique. Okay, and you got something going on. You're one of a kind for what you're doing, and whatever I can do to help and assist you, I think you guys need to blow up and go cross country across the world. I really do.
Right.
Sounds good to me. How about you? Good. All right, he's in. We're in.
You know, no, I same thing. You know, if there's anything that the network can do for you guys, you know, if you have new videos that are coming out and you want to premiere them, you know, reach out and we'll try to get them premiered on, you know, one of the bigger shows and you know, promote the hell out of what you're doing. Because I mean, like Jeff said, this is unique, and that's what I loved about it when we first saw you. When I first heard the first note come out of the speakers that day at Nick's, and I turned and looked over my shoulder and I said, okay, what's this? You know, what's this all about? Because that's me. You know, what's this all about? And then you guys got into it, and I was just like, holy shit. And then Jeff came over and he's looking over, and the two of us, I mean, I literally spent the next half hour watching everything you guys did.
Cool.
Everything you did. If somebody came to the table to buy something, they had to come back a half hour later because I wasn't turning around to serve them. It wasn't happening.
What do we got to do to get their stuff on Dead Dork Radio?
They're not on. You're not on Spotify, right?
We are not.
Well, you just need the audio files.
Yeah, we would just need the audio files to upload them to the radio.
Yeah,
right.
But we can chat about that.
Yeah, I think that would be a great, Saturday morning, Sunday morning, or Saturday afternoon.
That's what I was going to say.
Leo has 1 hour thing, you know.
Leo has the Saturday morning cartoons thing. I was just thinking the same thing. We could upload, you know, every hour, get a new rotation in there.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Right.
You know,
I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. You let us know what you need, and if there's something specific you think would be cool for any particular show, let us know, because it works out good for both things. We can bring it to a con, but we can give you something too. You know, so it's one of those deals. We can make stuff on demand.
So you heard that first here again, folks that are still watching. I mean, we still got a ton of people watching. You know, we have a lot of shy people watching tonight for some reason, but it's okay. But I can see who's watching. I have a separate feed over here. With that being said, I know Leo's got another show. When we close up the show, can you guys just hang out for 1 minute? Don't bail on us until Leo, do your thing.
Yeah. Let me just find the right button. Here we go.
That's not the right button. It's still four of us on the screen.
Yeah, I was trying to queue up the outro, just have it ready. I want to thank everybody for watching this fine evening. Definitely check the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. You can find, everything about our guests there. For me, just Google Leo Pond. You find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not. I'm not going to say which is which, but I run a little thing called the Dorkening Podcast Network. We got about 40 shows on a network. Ton of awesome people doing a ton of awesome stuff. And we're going to be at Terrificon. So if you're heading there, stop on by. We're going to be right in the main hallway there as soon as you walk in. And with that, the Clemenzi Crusaders, where do you guys like people interacting with you on social media?
You can find us on Facebook pretty easily. And that's Facebook, I think Instagram. So, yeah.
Sounds
And
good.
you can find our website, too.
Awesome.
And they also have a YouTube channel.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, they do.
Which is in the show notes, up above or down below. Oh, sorry.
To me, it's up above.
Did I jump on Jeff's time? Go ahead, Jeff. It's your time. Your time to shine.
Stilltoking.com. Just go to stilltoking.com. You'll find out everything you need to know about us, what we're doing, everything that we're about. And I want to add in there, just under the link Still Token with, you'll find every show. So you can go back and watch this one and all of our previous shows as well. There's been amazing guests that we've had, just like these people. So if you haven't watched them, you're missing out. And stilltoken.com. I'm Jeff. I'm not going to tell you my last name because you probably already know it.
Benjamin.
Like Jeff said, stilltoking.com. You'll find out everything you need to know about us. Make sure you check out the Dorkening Podcast Network as well, because like Leo said, there's a ton of amazing stuff on there. I mean, a ton. There's something for everybody. But we want to urge you, reach out to your con promoters if you'd like to see these guys at a show. And when they're at a show, get off your couch and go down there. Interact. It's the best way to be. So to all our veterans and first responders, we want to thank you for doing what you do every day so people like us can do what we do. Stay safe. We're out of here. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.